All right, so we're officially recording now. We're not live or anything, but we are recording now. So.
Okay, so the whole world doesn't know, but I have a chode willy as of yet. So that's great. Good to know. Oh no! You don't know what a chode is, do you?
No, that's a term over here. We know what that is.
Oh, good.
But generally, over here, it means wider than it is long. So it's usually reserved for like a Coke can situation. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough. So I got the terminology. That's the terminology that I'm aware of. So I got that correct. So that's pretty cool.
Some things do translate.
Yeah, no, it's good. No, it's good. No, I learned that. I learned what that meant at work. Believe it or not, I'd never heard that before.
It's actually a West Coast term over here, like California. It's not really on our side. Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh,
but I banged out of my league, so I've learned. I picked up a few things. You know what I mean?
Hey, good for you, man. No, I've always stayed in my lane personally. There, yeah.
I used to have more hair, believe it or not. So you know.
Nah, that's alright. Fucking airbrush that shit. You know, fucking spray tan the fucking. Yeah, they have hair in a can now. Do you know that?
I don't want to take that step because how do you come back? And what if it rains? Should it drip down your fucking face like a crying girl in a fucking bar? No, thank you.
You'd think they've got hair in a can that doesn't fucking do. Oh, you'd hope so.
Because really one spritz, I'd be okay. It's not like that bad, but I've learned some lessons the last 2 months. Cold showers, put cold water on your scalp. It helps, apparently. I had a really dry scalp. Put lotion on your fucking scalp. That helps a lot, too. Just fucking lotion that bitch up. I didn't realize when I started shaving my head, I was like, why is my head so fucking dry and scratchy? I was like, I have dry fucking scalp. So I started smiling lotion on that bitch, and I was like, hey, if your hair doesn't grow evenly, recut it every once in a while. If it doesn't grow the same length, recut it to the same length. And I started doing that, and you know what? It's kind of fucking working.
Yeah, it ain't bad, man.
I was doing it like an idiot. I was like, oh, 1/8 inch, fuck it, the whole thing. And in 2 weeks, I'm like, oh, why do I look like I have weird hairline? Because your hair doesn't grow at 1/8 inch the entire fucking hairline, man. It's only here, here, and here. You gotta keep retrimming it and cut the sides to damn near nothing, because it's the way it goes.
That's fucking maintenance, man. That's all it is. Fucking maintenance.
I've been learning.
Yeah, that's it. Well done, dude. Fucking hell. I mean, I'm talking maintenance, and I've got all these fucking. I mean, this is the worst jacket in the known universe. This is actually. I actually got this jacket when I was working as a cleaner.
It looks like a jacket that like the punk rockers would let into the club. I've got all these badges. What? No, it's fine.
Thing is, believe it or not, the birds always come up to me and sort of look at the badges. So it's sort of like a conversation starter, and they'll always, can I have that badge? And I'll give them, if I like the look of them, I'll give them one of my badges.
So you got plenty of spares, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair point. That's the tattoo. It's the same thing. It's like, oh, what's your tattoo? Well, let me see your tattoos. And that's how you knew you're in. You're like, all right.
I'll share a tattoo, can you? But, should always have that badge. Until it gets lost in the wash or some shit.
Well, whatever happens. Life happens.
Yeah. What are we talking about then, motherfucker? Go on, you starting this shit.
Oh, I'm starting. Okay, shit. Well, I mean, we both seem to be pretty big fans of the cinema, the moving pictures.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
I'm fully aware of that shit.
Have you seen the newest Batman movie?
Oh fuck! I was hoping that didn't come up. I was gonna see it.
I haven't seen it either.
No, thank fuck.
But I've heard a good deal about it.
I've heard good things. I mean, it's weird. Ever since the 1989 Batman film, everyone has approached Batman with skepticism. Like,
for good reason. It's taken some turns.
Yeah, but I mean, I remember hearing in documentaries, everyone was like scoffing at Michael Keaton being Batman, or even the Joker choice, Jack Nicholson.
They jack off over it these days. It's amazing.
Exactly. I mean, back then, everyone was like, why is the guy in Mr. Mom playing Batman? And he's 5'8".
Because cinema. You can make effects. It doesn't matter. You can make... Look at Tom Hardy. You can make someone big.
But you don't... thing is, you don't know that. If you've got a passion for the source material, you want it to be represented. You know in your head that Batman, Silver Age Batman at the time, is 6'4" or 6'6". He's a big muscular guy. Michael Keaton doesn't fit that.
Are you a comics fan too, or no?
Yeah, I mean, I've dabbled. I'm not a massive fan.
Okay, so you're like me. You've read some... I've got a few things back there I've read, but I'm not, like, super into it. And I realize that, the reason you can't do comic movies is comics are sometimes pretty fucking stupid. They're fucking retarded sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, Batman is a over-exaggerated character when you think about it. I mean, he's a billionaire. He's got 11 master's degrees. He knows every martial art in the world.
Like 287 or some shit by the count they keep. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's utterly impossible. He's literally the epitome of the best a man could be. But in all honesty, no man is ever going to be, or no person is ever going to be a Batman. It's virtually impossible. You couldn't be that qualified of a human being. It's just literally not impossible. But my point is, everybody has had cynicism or skepticism about the casting of Batman, and almost every time, even looking at Val Kilmer and George Clooney, it has worked out. Like, it's always okay, yeah. I always felt that the casting is in good hands. I mean, you can scoff at the Schumacher film, but they were what they were intended to be. Like,
we did a whole video of me and Keith watched the whole Batman and Robin video. I don't know if you ever caught that one or not.
Look, the film ain't great, but he wanted to make a fucking modern day 60s Batman movie, basically.
One of the takeaways was it was visually fucking pretty. When you watch the thing, it's fucking... There's colors everywhere. It looks amazing. You can't take that away from it.
Oh, yeah. And it's, it's constantly moving. There's stuff always happening on screen. It's not fucking boring. It's a kid's film, I think. It's literally...
It is. I was 8 when it came out, and I fucking loved it.
Exactly.
I think I popped my first boner. Not sure it was for Mr. Freeze or Poison Ivy, but I popped one. Yeah.
I mean, I always thought the Batgirl, like the Silverstone actress, I always thought she had a little bit of a mustache going on.
We mentioned that in the movie. She looks like she has a fucking mustache, and we joke. It's like, hey, if we're cool with detail, we gotta be cool with fucking Alicia Silverstone, man. That's what Keith says. Like,
I mean, if Uma Thurman came to me and wanted to give me a fucking, bit of tree humping and all that shit, I think I'd take that over Sarah Silverstone and a little mustache. Maybe I'm just being an arsehole, but...
Does the mind control work on my cock? That's the question, really.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly. Oh, and fucking Jesse the Body Ventura, he's in Batman and Robin.
He is?
He was one of the prison guards who roughs up Mr. Freeze.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, no, he's there. He's blatantly there. But yeah, He's in it. He's in it.
For whatever fucking reason, he's in it. He's fucking in it.
I mean, he gets killed off, but he's in it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, the one cynicism. I mean, this is it. The one cynicism I have with the Batman film is really the design. I really don't like the look of the Batsuit.
Well, it's supposed to be early on. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Yeah. But I mean, I suppose the biggest issue of contention is the headgear. Like, you'd have a look at the headgear.
It does look different. It's very different, yeah.
Well, I think what they were trying to do, they were trying to make a homage to Adam West Batman. Like, you see the helmet, it's very round and circular, it's got the small little ears. The only difference between the Adam West headgear and Patterson's is the eyebrows. Like, he's basically got a little bit of, bodywork or indentures near the eyebrows rather than fucking stenciled fucking white eyebrows.
That's right, that's what it was. Yeah, it was fucking drawn on, wasn't it?
I mean, for me, it looks like a fucking gimp mask with fucking bunny ears. They basically cut away the fucking zip. That's what it looks like to me.
Hurt me, Alfred! Hurt me!
Yeah. Fucking hell, yeah. The safe word is vengeance.
Master Bruce, are you okay? I didn't say vengeance!
I didn't say vengeance!
Also, I don't know. I didn't really think of it as like an homage to the West one, but I can see what you're saying with that, yeah. I can see how that might fit in. Yeah,
I see similarities in the design. I don't know what that was. What it was.
I mean, they feel like they stop right about fucking here, don't they? Like, you know?
Whatever they were going for, he looks like if he has a very round forehead. I mean, I don't want to fucking talk, but then I'm not meant to be fucking Batman, am I?
To be fair, I mean, Paddington's got a strong fucking jaw. I mean, you could emphasize, and I think they want to like, no, cut it right here. We want all that face in there.
But they all have strong jaws. I mean, that's almost a requirement. You have to have a strong jaw to be Batman. Simple as that. You've got to.
Besides losing your parents, that's the defining trait. Strong jaw.
Yeah. I mean, Ben Affleck. I mean, everyone keeps fucking sucking his dick about being the perfect Batman. I mean, he's got the fucking bum chin going. He's got a defined chin. So in a way, he looks fucking perfect in the Batsuit because everything is defined and his body is exactly as it should be. He's literally.
Ben Affleck got robbed. He would have been a great Batman, but they fucked him with some shitty storytelling and.
I mean, they did him good in the Justice League Snyder cut.
You saw the Snyder cut?
I saw it.
You watched all 4 hours of that? Me too.
Too fucking long, but it was.
Admittedly, yes. I watched it in 2 sittings. I spaced it out. I was like, episode 1, episode 2. And you know what?
Yeah,
it was good for that. But in 4-hour sitting, I wouldn't have watched it by myself. Like, it wouldn't have happened.
No. And I don't think anybody has any reason to watch it in 4 hours.
I think they shoved in a bunch of stuff they want to do in later movies into there just to kind of get it in there. And
I think they put as much material in as possible, like you say, because they weren't sure.
The whole nightmare later, like future scene, that was all like probably stuff they're like, well, we want to shoot it for later movies, but we already got it here because they're not going to make that set twice. They're going to shoot it originally. They're not going to make that. They did all those scenes ahead of time.
They want to tickle your pickle. That's what they want. They want to entice your interest. They want people to say, well, we want to see this film that, potentially could happen, but you've got to buy the Snyder cut and make it fucking happen. You've got to show us the money. And
everyone tweet it.
Yeah, exactly. Tweet that shit.
Have you seen any of the animated DC movies at all ever?
Oh goodness me, they have the best.
Yes, thank you. Oh, have you seen Apocalypse War or Justice League Dark? The favorite one by far. If you haven't,
not.
No. No. You got to see that one. It's the end game of Justice League. It's so fucking good. Everyone gets killed. It's great.
Oh, spoilers, bitch.
I mean, no, you'll know in the first 5 minutes that's what they're doing. Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Watch it. Just go watch it at some point. It's so good.
I've seen the beginning of when they're sort of like band together. Like I've seen that one. I don't know if that. I can't tell you what, but it was like when the Darkseid invaded and they sort of put together the Justice League. I might have fallen asleep during the beginning of it actually, but I've seen quite a few animated ones. My favourite is probably the Dark Knight Rises sort of retelling. It had the guy who starred in RoboCop as he voiced Batman, but they did a real fucking. They did a noteworthy sort of retelling of the.
Are you talking about the Returns one where he's like older, like 50 years, like where Green Arrow's got the one arm because Superman ripped it off? That's what Batman vs Superman should have been. That movie right there.
Cheeky bastards put it in 2 parts.
Yes, it was.
They are movies, I suppose. They are. Yeah, they do have.
Okay, every Batman animated movie's been fucking great. They're all like Under the Red Hood was great. The Jason. Yes. You've seen you've seen a few. If you have not seen Apocalypse Wars or Justice League Dark, seriously, watch that. That is the end game of the DC animated movies. That's the best one. It's fucking brutal. If you haven't not seen that, please go watch it. It's so good. If you appreciate the other ones, you will love that. It's amazing. Out the gate, they don't slow down. It's within 5 minutes they're into the plot. Like Darkseid's invading. We gotta do this. We gotta go fuck him up. They try to go fuck him up. He knows they're coming. Slaughter. And it's Dark Earth after that. It's fucking great. It's 2 hours of just great fucking animation. Great. It's so good. I can't believe about that one enough.
They don't seem to miss. They do not seem to miss with the animated films. I don't know. I mean, ever since Bruce Timm did the Justice League cartoon, they really haven't missed. Honest to God. I mean, I've seen some that were sort of like okay, I enjoyed it, but they weren't great. But most of the
They're
time,
never bad. They're never bad.
no, no, not really. I mean, Public Enemies with Batman and Superman. I didn't like the animation style with that. It looked a bit
I don't like when they do that old style, like the Batman and Superman animated series. I do prefer like the semi-anime style of like Under the Red Hood and like the way they do with those ones. They should have done that for all of them, which they do for Justice League Dark Apocalypse, which is great. Like when they did the Killing Joke and it was almost Batman animated series, I was like, no, stick to the way you were doing it. Why? I don't like. I get the love for the Batman animated series, but I don't think it's the best animation style.
I heard a lot of bad things about Killing Joke. I have to admit. I mean, they basically made Batman have a romantic relationship with Batgirl, didn't they? Which was definitely not in the comics. But yeah, I don't know if that was Killing. Yeah, it was the Killing Joke, wasn't it? But they have that like scene at the end of it where Batman and the Joker share a joke, and you're not too sure whether he kills him or not.
Yeah, that's been widely debated for a while. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, that's it. That scene.
But yeah, they sort of added a relationship between the Batman and Batgirl, which really freaked people the fuck out. But I've not heard a lot of good things about that animated movie. I mean, it'd be nice if somebody actually put together a ranking system of every single Batman animated movie. Because, I mean, people would be interested in that shit.
They're all good.
So,
I really can't think of a bad one. Like, yeah, some aren't. Like, there was one... It was like Batman like Ninja or something, where it was like an anime version, and it was not. I didn't bother finishing that one, but...
wasn't great. No.
Okay, so you know the one I'm talking about then, yeah.
Yeah, I watched it on Netflix. I don't even know how he goes back in time or whatever the fuck. I don't really know the nuances of the joke or of the story. Sorry. Yeah, joke. That's a good fucking.
That's about sums it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the action was fine. The actual art style I actually enjoyed. I thought it was really good, but the actual plot was balls. I didn't like it.
Art's great, but if it's a story you can't get into, what's the fucking point, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. That reason I didn't.
Did you see the Batman with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie? Did you see that one?
Fuck, that does exist. That does exist. Yes, I've not seen it. I've not.
No, there's a Batman versus Shredder fight. Two of them, which are fucking amazing.
I've seen clips of that on YouTube, I have to admit.
If you would like to take a minute and open up YouTube and watch the Batman vs. Shredder fight.
I've seen it. Yeah, no, it's good.
That's basically all you really... Batman throws around all four Ninja Turtles like they're fucking nothing, but he fights the Shredder, and Shredder does like some weird Kamehameha fucking shit, which like basically knocks him. But other than that, it's fucking great. Like, it's a really good... Like, Shredder's doing some shit. You've seen it, where he fucking, like, just batarangs, like, his shurikens. It's fucking great. That was great.
You've got to big up the Shredder, haven't you? That's the thing. I mean, he's been a joke ever since the 80s cartoon.
No, and he's supposed to be amazing.
Yeah, well, he's got to stand up toe-to-toe with four mutants who are aware of sort of the ninja art. So, you know, he's got to be hard. It's going to be tough.
Did you ever see the old Ninja Turtles comics?
I know of them. I've never read them. But
I had one as a kid. It was back when comics like were that big ass like textbook style size. You know what I mean? Like when I had a Mario comic and I had a fucking Ninja Turtles comic, and those shits are bloody as fuck. Turtles are beheading dudes. Like limbs are coming off. Like they are fucking brutal. And that's that scene Shredder. I was like, oh my god, I wish I still had those books. I really do. Those were like lost in child. I think I gave them away to like friends or some shit. But they were fucking amazing.
Amazon, baby, you just eBay that shit. You can get them quite easily.
eBay is going to do with this game. Queuing them up 18 different games because I got to get a good grand soon. I don't know. They look nice in the background, but I need it.
It's fine. Yeah, that's what it's all for, man.
Can't pay for a house with that. You know what I mean?
That's all good. Fuck. I mean, what's I can't think of anything else other than Batman, really, because that is literally the only movie to see. I mean, I will mention one Batman rumor, which I really can't verify, and I cannot believe that is true. But there are fucking Affleck fans that are saying that In order to break even, the new Batman film has to meet 800 million in the box office.
Oh, I don't think such numbers at all.
I don't believe it. I know what kind of fucking movie studio would budget and say we need to break even at fucking 800?
No.
Like, there's no chance.
Legitimately, fuck that. Like, I literally, movie sales to me mean dog shit to me. Like, oh, it did this well. That doesn't mean it's good. Like, let's look at best-selling albums. That doesn't mean shit. All right, like it's not a sign of quality. It's not a sign of. It's just basically, yeah, a lot of people bought it. Cool, but like. And also, inflation's a thing. Like, $10 this day is way more than it was fucking back when Rises and The Dark Knight came out. It's fucking, dare say, if it's fucking half as much value today as it was that.
But I mean, a lot of modern articles, they will take that into account. They would usually in italics or sort of like in brackets would say,
yeah, like estimate, like with inflation, blah blah blah. But you know what? Fuck it. Like, I just don't think it's a good scale for any kind of like artistic thing. Is how much money it made. That's a terrible way to judge things.
But it's a business. This is it. It is a movie industry. It's all about making them.
Oh yeah, that'll get you your sequels, but the business ain't the part of how we respond to it. That ain't the business. That's how we felt it was as a fucking piece of art, a product, a film. That ain't money can't buy that. There's films that didn't make shit that were like, yeah, that was probably that was a great fucking movie.
Oh yeah, the best films, in fact, Citizen Kane. It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, they bombed tremendously. They didn't do well whatsoever. But
I have never seen Citizen Kane.
It's good. It's good.
I have a real hard time getting into like early movies. Like I have a real hard time. It was just very different style. You know what I mean?
Have you seen It's a Wonderful Life?
No.
Fuck me.
I can barely watch stuff from the 70s. Like I just the image style, the coloring, it throws me off. Like I watched The Godfather and I was like, I don't get it. Why is everyone raving about this? Like I gotta watch it again because I was 20 or something at the time. But I gotta watch it again and give it a second go because the visual style just threw me off completely.
I'll do you solid. I've never watched The Godfather. I'll watch The Godfather if you watch It's a Wonderful Life. Citizen Kane, in my opinion, is very good, but it's all about the ending. That is an impactful ending. That will hurt you.
Well, here's the problem. I already know about the ending. I've already heard about the ending. That's the thing. Is that going to fuck it up or not?
It's a shame because it is good, and when you see it on screen, I mean, to be fair, reading about it online doesn't take away from the impact, but it's the visual of it. It hurt me.
That's the thing with certain things, like spoilers. Like, no, I'll read the spoiler. I'll still enjoy the actual product. Like, I watched all of the Endgame spoilers, but I still loved the fucking movie when it came out. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, it's a testament to the movie when you actually read it, and then you actually see it, and it's still how it holds weight. It still gets to you. It's a Wonderful Life. There are just certain moments in that film which just grabs you by the balls, like the emotional fucking hamstrings, and just fucking tugs. It's really like there was this scene with this child actor and a pharmacist, and I was just blubbering. I was just in tears. Just thinking about it is getting me worked up.
And that's good fucking cinema, my friend, right there.
It is. Oh, fucking hell, man! It just there's just scenes in it where just you just want to blubber and cry, and it hits you with the feel goods at the end. It's a lovely film. I would recommend that to anybody. The only other sort of movie that's made me sort of cry uncontrollably is probably Philadelphia. That one with Tom Hanks when he's a homosexual man with AIDS.
No, I was thinking Harvey Milk, but that's fucking Sean Penn. Never mind. I've seen a lot of Tom Hanks movies, so I get it. Like, yeah, no, he's good at what he does.
Well,
I've never seen a Tom Hanks film I didn't like.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a short film, and it's literally under 90 minutes. Denzel Washington is in it as well, so it's got the pedigree. But there's this weird scene with Tom Hanks, and he's on a hospital bed, and his brother just approaches him, and no dialogue whatsoever, to the point where I think there was some editing done because the brother wasn't really in it a lot, really at all. But he just approaches his brother with AIDS in a hospital bed, and he just fucking lets go. He cries fucking like crazy, and he just gives him a hug. And I'm doing it now. I'm in bits, absolutely in bits when I see that. It just, that's the good thing about film. It's a visual art. You don't necessarily need good dialogue like you do in theatre. I appreciate theatre more because I think script writing in its own way is an art unto itself, and it's unappreciated. But movies is sort of as a visual medium, and like scenes like that, you just can't replicate that on the theatre. But yeah, no, it's so
yeah. You
powerful.
get the camera angles in there. You get certain different things, zooms, some shit like that. It's just stuff you can't replicate. Yeah.
No, absolutely. And to be fair with cinema, I mean, granted, in that scene I'm talking about, I mean, it is just acting chops, it is acting prowess. But in certain scenes in cinema, I mean, the audience is sort of telling the story. They're noting the emotion. So I mean, you have certain sort of scenes where you're sort of panning or sort of zooming in on a character's face, for example, and it's almost like a blank canvas. I mean, the audience sometimes sort of fills in the voids. It's sort of like Humphrey Bogart when he's just sort of staring at a dead body. People are sort of adding in the narrative, they're adding in the sort of subtext and sort of saying, "Oh, he's feeling this way and he's feeling that way." It's all about good editing and good shots, and it's all about the audience sort of filling in the gaps and thinking of their own story. When really it's just an actor just blankly looking in the screen and not doing much at all. But it's just all about us sort of telling her the narrative and just filling in the blanks. But good shit.
Yeah.
So, how Lenny Kravitz's daughter, is she fit? I've heard good things.
Seems like it. I don't know. It's funny because I've heard her bitch on Twitter about some shit, and I was like, fuck her. But like, from what I've seen, it's like, also fuck her. Fuck her.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I mean, she kind of pulls off the Catwoman suit quite well. I've got to be honest with you. Michelle Pfeiffer is going to be my all-time favourite. Anne Hathaway was all right, but
she fit the bill, I suppose.
I just saw a woman in a cat suit, really. I didn't see much
all you need to see.
Else, really.
It's basically what they made it out to be in the movie. There wasn't a whole lot going on other than that.
No, I mean, look, I'll tap that, but I mean, there was nothing there that I was, that sort of clung onto the fantasy, really. Michelle Pfeiffer was a absolute batshit insane, demented fucking shrew that was brought back to life by fucking stray cats. So
for some reason, yeah.
Yeah, she was an absolute fucking basket case, basically. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a completely different character, a completely different persona. I think this is, I don't know, without knowing the film, but it seems like, this is somebody else entirely who may very well be my new favourite Catwoman. She does.
And they do that all the time with films. It's like, this is the character, but no, here's a different one. Like with the Batman too, it's like, here's a different Batman. Yeah, this is the one where you didn't decide to be a fucking billionaire playboy, and he's just like, fuck this, I'm gonna fight crime, and sign this check off. I don't give a fuck. Yeah,
same shit, different pile. I feel that it's. I think a lot of the audience now, a lot of people have accepted multiverse theory.
Like, that's what DC's forced us to do. It's like, look, we can't make a clear universe. Accept all of them, just deal with it.
Well, this is it. You can have multiple Flashes and Batmans now, and Spider-Mans. Like,
just put out a good movie, we'll watch it,
Yeah, but the very thing is, it opens up so many possibilities, and it means death basically has no meaning or consequence. You can, kill and revitalize characters. You could bring different variations of characters. You can have different actors play the same character in multiple different films. It opens up a lot of possibilities, and more importantly, brings in a lot of fucking cash, really, for them.
They'd have been ahead of Marvel if they just stuck to the original fucking plan with multiverses, like with the Flash come back and tell Bruce, "Don't do this, it'll fuck up." That's where Nightmare comes into play. But no, they wanted to be Marvel so fucking bad they kept rewriting their fucking movies every time one of theirs did well or did poorly. And no, just stick to the plot you had. Finish that plot out, and it'll be fine. It doesn't have to be the MCU. It doesn't have to be jokes every 10 seconds. It doesn't have to do that. You could have a darker multiverse. It works. You don't have to do that. But they kept being unsure of themselves. They kept rewriting that shit, and they fucked it all up.
Problem is, dark and edgy isn't inviting. It doesn't get a lot. I mean, it's selective. You're basically narrowing your audience. That's probably the best thing about Marvel. It has a little bit of that edginess, but it's still accessible.
A little bit.
It's just a little bit of edginess, but it's a lot more colourful. It's a lot more accessible. A lot more child-friendly, to be honest with you. I mean, you can have child-friendly spin-offs of Marvel. In fact, I mean, Disney have made that into an absolute art form. Like, I mean, my son is only 2, and he's now addicted to Spider-Man.
They did a good job balancing out like the hardcore, like there's still good fights in it. Like it's not, it's not underdone. It's not.
And it's silly enough not to be considered violent. That's the thing. It's good enough for.
It's not blood splattering everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. It's not cartoon silly, but at the same time, it's silly enough for it not to be considered to be taken seriously. And people aren't going to be able to replicate it because of the acrobatics. Like, you can never. I mean, you could fucking pretend to be Batman in like early 90s and sort of do the fake kicks and shit, but you could never be able to do what Spider-Man on 4 does and shit. Exactly. There's no way you could fucking replicate that.
That final fight with
it's for children that way.
With Thanos, Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor. Great fight, 0 blood, no impact from a hammer hitting a dude's fucking face. Which there should have been. Not like the Punisher where a dude's face gets impaled with a hammer. And you know what? They did it well. It worked. You got the impact. It wasn't overly violent, so a kid could still watch it. But you know what? Yeah. It delivered the message. It did a good job of showing what they like. You felt all those hits. That doof, you felt that. Like it worked. It sent the message. It didn't need to be over the top. Like you didn't need fucking purple blood flying out of his fucking mouth. You got the idea.
And the thing is, DC has always produced edgier content. Throughout the
they need to lean into it. They need to fucking lean into it. Their animated stuff is great, and it's edgier than the MCU. They need to not be the MCU. They want to be so bad.
Yeah, but the MCU is making money. It's all about the money. This is the problem.
Fuck and the money.
Of course it is. Of course it is. It's literally. I mean, I love Marvel films, but they are basically glorified roller coasters. They are basically just fucking. They're formulaic.
I'll fucking watch it.
Audience. It's colourful fucking lights and effects is what it is, but with funny jokes and great choreography. I mean, DC has always been the edgier content, and to be honest with you, in the 90s, they were beating the shit out of Marvel. Like, Marvel were trying to be DC for most of it. That's why you got the fucking likes of the Punisher and the slightly edgier fucking Deadpool and all that bollocks, because they were so desperate to try to be DC and try to get some of that DC fucking cash and generate sort of interest in their comics.
Funny the way it worked out, huh?
Oh yeah, well, this is it. They only worked out because of the hand. They got bought out. I mean, Sony only purchased Spider-Man. There's a reason why they only purchased Spider-Man, because they thought
they need him. Fuck them.
Well, they thought that was the only recognisable character that could generate money. That's the only reason they bought the rights to Spider-Man.
I get it, though.
It was garbage.
I grew up back then. Like, when they first did the MCU, I don't know if you were like me. You were like, Iron Man, that's how they're going to start this off? Like, I mean, I was like, kind of, I don't know. I don't know how familiar I was like, Iron Man, he seems kind of boring. Not Spider-Man, not fucking, really, that was it. That's exactly what you saw, was Spider-Man and Batman. Maybe a Superman. The 3 biggest fucking... And I get why they did that, but hey, MCU made me love Captain America. I never heard of him before. I mean, I had heard of him, but I was never into. I was like, oh, that's fucking great. Captain America's the best. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. But he's cheesy as fuck, isn't he? And his villain roster.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. I mean, there's Red Skull and the rest of them are just fucking losers, fucking weirdos. Yeah. But, fucking hell. Well, I totally forgot what I was going to say now. Iron Man. I mean, the only sort of way I was familiar with Iron Man really was the Fox Kids cartoon. And they made the X-Men cartoons, like the really good series that still stands up.
The original one,
yeah. Oh well, yeah. The
Evolution was good too.
Good shit. That was brilliant. Really good series. But yeah, I'm only familiar with Iron Man because of the Fox Kids cartoon that was quite like made roughly around about X-Men. And yeah, I think they made Silver Surfer and Hulk as well. That was it. None of it really did very well. This is it. I mean, it was all considered kid shit back in the day. So it wasn't really garnering that much attention.
Them.
Oh, they were close to bankruptcy. They were very close to sort of losing everything. Honest to God, I mean, it was only through the skin of their teeth.
Supposedly, Blade saved them a shit ton when they released that movie.
Blade was literally, yeah. I mean, I think that basically saved or was the start of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. To be honest with you, I think when you sort of, I mean, the only Marvel movie before Blade was probably Captain America. And
that's right. There was one way back when. That's right. I fucking forget about that. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, that's why I don't talk about it.
Oh man, it was shit. Boring. I think that's his biggest fucking sin. It was just boring as fuck. Yeah, I mean,
how do you make it boring?
Okay. Yeah, it was. I couldn't tell you much about it. It was just really, it's sort of plodding on, and it just wasn't very entertaining, really. But Blade, I didn't even know that was a Marvel character. I didn't know it was a comic.
A lot of people didn't when the movie came out. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody thought Marvel had anything to do with it. They just saw Wesley Snipes in a fucking trench coat and thought, yes,
because they were trying to hide that back then. Nowadays, it's like Marvel, slap that bitch on there. Now it's like, well, it's like whoa, hey, don't let them know it's a comic. Just no, he's vampires. He kills dudes. That's cool. It's awesome.
Well, Morbius is coming out this year. Imagine having a fucking a crossover between Blade and Morbius.
Might happen.
Prince Money. Oh, it will happen, surely.
Just
gotta happen. Yeah. Prince fucking Money. I mean, they have every reason to fucking try to murder each other, so fucking hell, why not? Why the fuck not?
Maybe they'll get this one right.
Well, I mean, they're remaking Blade. That is in the works. So, and Wesley Snipes has basically given the new guy his blessing.
New guy's good, too. I've seen him in stuff. He was in Luke Cage, too, I believe. He was the guy that played Cottonmouth.
Oh, really? He was good. He was fucking
Oh, no,
great.
he's good. He's in a lot of things. He's real good. Yeah, no, he'll do a great job.
I mean, is it fair to sort of talk spoilers about Luke Cage? Have you? Oh, I hate.
It's been about 5 years. I think we're good. Yeah.
Well, even so, I mean, I won't go into what happens, but it was really upsetting when you sort of he didn't have enough time.
They didn't want to pay him to keep finishing up 2 seasons, so they were just like, "Oh, have this dumb bitch kill him."
Oh, fuck! You said it, not me. But yeah, no, I was. And the frustrating thing about that was they basically went through his whole backstory. They built him up, like,
and then just
it was literally an episode. They literally saw him. You saw him as a child. It was literally an entire episode dedicated to this really good character, and then the bitch just pushed him off the balcony. It's like, you just wasted an hour of my fucking time, you bastards.
And he was so much better. He was so much better.
Oh, he was great.
Mariah sucked. I'm sorry. She did.
Yeah. It wasn't great.
I like the second season, though. I like the second season. I liked Bushmaster. I liked the idea of it.
I never watched it. No, I never watched it. It's a shame.
Oh, you should. They basically go after her. You'd probably enjoy it. You can't now unless you have Disney Plus. But
Well, I got me some Disney Plus. The mouse has got my money.
Maybe watch it, yeah, because no, like basically the whole villain in the second season is after her because of what her mother did to his family in Jamaica.
All right.
And he gets supernatural strength. He does some shit. He's basically able to fight Luke Cage. Second season is really good. I really like the second season of Luke Cage a lot. But
So
I mean, Daredevil's hands down the best of the three or the four.
Yeah. I think anyone could tell you that, to be fair. Jessica Jones, I enjoyed Jessica Jones, to be fair.
I didn't like it the first time I watched it, but rewatching it, I did appreciate a lot more.
David Tennant, man, I could appreciate anything with David fucking Tennant in.
He was good, but you know what? The third season with the I forget what his name is. He's a serial killer, but he's mostly just based on like covering his tracks and not letting her catch him.
I didn't watch it, to be honest with you, but
they're all pretty good. And you know what? Everyone gives Iron Fist shit. I think it's just because it came out last. Like, it's the same exact fucking formula. If it wasn't last, people wouldn't have been tired of it. Honestly, that's my opinion on it. I think it's because it was last, it gets judged harshly because it's the same exact, as all Marvel shit is, the same exact formula. But it came out last, so it gets judged harshly. It was just fucking fine. It wasn't terrible. It was fine.
Oh no, those like sort of facial expressions that he was pulling out every time he fucking punched somebody, it looked like he was taking an iron fist most of the time. I have to be honest with you.
Well, it's because the man didn't want to do a push-up in his fucking life. Like that's the problem with that shit. He still had his Game of Thrones physique, which is covered by armor, and that doesn't fly here.
Yeah, fucking brown fist more like. There you go. There you go. That's my opinion.
But no, Daredevil's hands down the best one. Punisher. I mean, Daredevil and Punisher. I'm equally divided. Punisher was a really good series too.
It was okay. I would take or leave Punisher. It's a great
take
character.
Or leave, really.
And really, they could have fucked it up even more than ever before. So, I mean, they've modernised it. They've given a decent backstory. They've got a great actor playing him. So,
John Bernthal's fucking great in that role. Holy shit. Oh. Whew.
Yeah, he was great in The Walking Dead, and he's fucking kicking ass Punisher. So honestly, I couldn't picture him as any other actor at this point. So they've done a great fucking job with that.
They've secured their roles for sure. If they bring them back, they couldn't bring another Punisher. People would be like, oh, fine, sure. No, it would have to be him if they brought him back.
Yeah, they could maybe, but now he's on Disney Plus. I don't see how they could. To be honest with you.
They did it. It's already on there. It's already on there, my friend.
That's what I'm saying. This is it. It's on Disney Plus, so the eyes are on that series now. So I don't see how they would, be able to recast. But I'm a bit gutted they're not having a Black Panther 2 or whatever, or just not having another. They're not replacing that guy. I mean,
they should have just recast. They really shouldn't have. I mean, I get why. The reasons they didn't want to do it were not story related. There's no reason to kill off him. Like, there's nothing leading up to it. There's no reason to do it story wise. Just recast. Yeah. Like, you don't have a fuck. And what? They're gonna make the girl? No, come on, no. Just recast. Just look. We all get it. It sucked, but just recast.
I agree. I mean, I do like the little girl character, but she's.
There is way more stories for T'Challa than they've gotten already. You can't kill off that character. But
if you talk about inclusivity and giving black actors roles, and give somebody the opportunity of a lifetime, give them the Black Panther character.
Exactly.
Recast it. Add someone else to your roster. So don't just kill it off out of respect.
Yeah, I disagree with that so hard. But yeah. But you can't talk about that on social media. You get fucking ostracized real fucking quick. Just recast. He was legendary. He played in 2 movies. Fuck him. Not fuck him, but you know what I mean. Like just move on.
Could you imagine if say Sean Connery? I mean, he's poor fella's dead now, but could you imagine if he passed away suddenly after the 5th James Bond film, and they decided, respect to James Connery, we're not going to recast James Bond.
Wait, did Sean Connery die?
Sean
that was years ago, wasn't it? Holy fuck! Oh my god!
But he hasn't done a film since 2005. So
I've been drinking for a few years. I missed a lot of shit.
That's 3 drinks in, baby. That's what you get. Maybe you should cut down to 1 drink at least.
I've been doing good. This is only the third one today because it's a Saturday. With the
It's
boys that
Saturday.
aren't here today. But you know what? I celebrate anyway.
Hey, good for you, dude. Yeah, good for you. Right, it is fucking midnight, so Batman, when are you going to see it?
Honestly, probably never. I've heard enough of the plot where I don't really feel like I have to, but that's kind of how I watch movies these days. Is I'll read a bunch of summaries and just like see scenes and be like, yeah, look like it was pretty good.
I'm hoping to see it tomorrow. So I mean, I will let you know. I'll let you know. I'll drop a fucking review soon, and I'm sure Fatter Than Most will work his magic, and you know, we'll have a review on the Foxy Stokes channel. But yeah, I mean, I reckon we should do that list of animated DC characters, our DC movies. Like, I mean, the problem is you'd have to watch every single fucking one.
I've seen most of them.
Yeah. But I mean, it'd be
You
nice
need to
to
watch
know-
Apocalypse Wars, Justice League Dark Apocalypse. You need to watch, seriously. That's the one you haven't watched. That's the best one. You're missing out.
Yeah, I mean the Frank Miller Dark Knight Rises or Dark Knight. There's
That's
a Dark
good.
Knight Strikes.
That's
Something like
good, but trust me, this one,
Dark-
just go watch that one. Just go watch that one.
that.
It's so fucking good. From what you've said, you will enjoy it. I 100% guarantee it.
By the way, dude, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I will see you soon. Hope
No,
you're doing
45
well.
minutes. This is perfect. This will be a great. It's all film based, so it's got a theme. This is much more cohesive than most of our shit. So yeah,
That's it. Oh, there you go. Well,
perfect.
I am Morrisoni. I am the fucking hard-boiled egg of the Foxy Stokes channel, and I am the sex fucking. Well, I'm a sex appeal, of course. You know, I bring the
Sex
fucking
appeal, sex offender. Take your pick.
Well, yeah, well.
Either way, he won't be near your school. Don't worry, girls.
Somebody's sex offender is another man's sex icon, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. History will fucking decide. But anyway, love you lots, guy. I will see you soon. And take care. Like and subscribe and all that shit.
Do your shit. We got it. All right, man. Good night.
Hello, dude.
Don't finger the camera. What are you doing?